Hello, my name is Robbie Benve, and today I'm going to show how I create a landscape painting with acrylics, starting from an idea, going through a sketch, and then making it happen. And I'm going to use some time lapses to show that. And then I'm going to create a sketch. I was thinking three. I wanted trees, a foreground of grass, trees, water, and then like a farther away bank with clouds. And from that sketch, I'm going to create a painting. So this is actually the final painting that I have created. After I sketched the pencil drawing, I actually took a picture of the drawing with my iPad, and on the iPad, I colored it. So with an app called Procreate, and that app actually, once you create things, it lets you export the time lapse of what you have done. So here is the time lapse of my iPad rendition over the drawing. And when all that was done, I started painting. So first thing I toned the canvas with an orange color, very light, like thinned out orange, and it was dry when I started to paint on it. And the reason why I did that is to give a glow to the painting and an overall color that would tie in. If you let some of the color peek through in some places, it will tie the painting in. Here is the time lapse of me painting. I had my canvas and my drawing and my iPad inside. You don't see them here. And I started drawing the main lines, the landscape. I wanted to do the back, like even if I didn't have the trees, and then draw the trees on top of it. And after I had done all the main shapes and lines, then I started adding the colors. On the orange, the colors that are the most effective to add are the blues and the greens. So I started from those, and I highlighted those stripes on the clouds. I really wanted to have those radiating lines that carried your eyes through on the landscape and on the sky, and the back trees, and then the greens. And as you see, I was not really paying, I mean, I'm going fast because of the time lapse, but I also in reality, I was going pretty fast, not really paying attention to details, placing things. The main thing at this point is to have your proportions right and to place the objects and the elements in the right places. You're gonna have go over every area at least once or twice and add more color and more texture. So as long as you have things situated, it doesn't matter. And if they're wrong, wipe them off while they're still wet. Or if it's too late, you realize after when they're dry that they were wrong, just paint over them. That's the beauty of acrylics. Here I'm painting I painted the path last because actually the orange kind of worked for the path. At this point I have a big shadow in the foreground, and I think I don't like that purple, so I'm gonna fix it later, but I'm waiting because there is really no rush. I'm gonna paint over a little later with other colors, and I'm kind of making a separating line between the land and the water. So now I fix the shadow, and I'm fixing more things, and at the end I come in with the palette knife and create texture. And this is go back to be very loose, like at the very beginning, loose and textural, and just to make it more like an instinct. But at this point I know exactly where to put things. It's just a matter of mixing the correct colors. things get a little slower towards the end when you're kind of looking at details. Is there an awkward alignment between the horizon and the bottom of the tree? Let's fix it. Is there the shadow doesn't make sense, or the water doesn't seem very horizontal? So I'm working on details here and the final touches. I like that dent on the land, and I saw there was some kind of a mark by mistake, so I fixed that. Vertical, maybe my brush fell at one point. The dent on the horizon and the dent on the upper trees let your eyes move through. And this is the final painting. So materials, what did I use? I used a 9 by 12 stretched canvas, just like this one. And then I used a set of brushes that came in several sizes and shapes. I actually use this set here. Paint, I use some kind of artist quality paint. I like a heavy body, so I'm going to tell you the colors that I used. I have 3 blues: ultramarine blue, brilliant blue, and teal, and the last 2 are phthalo blues. Titanium white, 3 cadmiums, cad yellow light, cad yellow medium, and cad orange, naphthol red light, alizarin crimson, and dioxazine purple. If you want more information about this, check out my articles on Hub Pages.